Good morning. I'm a few miles out of Warwick, where I stayed last night, and having a really nice day. It was super cold last night, and my bag is all wet from condensation, and I smell like probably some kind of like, wow. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful right now. Wow, look at this. Amazing. Oh my gosh. I love when it's on the ridge like this. Oh, so beautiful. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I think I smell like lawn, like pesticides or something, because there were no bugs in the movie theater drive-in, and I smell really weird and gross. So I'm gonna take a shower tomorrow night, I hope. And I'm getting all aired out, and hopefully I'll air out my sleeping bag later to dry, because it got wet from condensation and kind of frosty. But I've just been listening to some Taylor Swift since we're getting into New York today. I have been inspired to listen to some T Swift, and so that's been just super fun, really energizing. I got a hitch from a really nice couple pretty quickly. I tried to call an Uber actually. Sometimes I get impatient with hitching because I just feel like I don't know if I'm gonna get picked up. I don't necessarily look like your average thru hiker, but anyways, I didn't have to get an Uber because someone waved me down from the parking lot, and then they gave me a ride. And so I got back on where I started this, or where I got off yesterday, and just making my way in beautiful New Jersey, and then I'm gonna say goodbye to New Jersey sometime today when I hit New York, and it's just gorgeous. Purple rocks, so cool. Whew. Is this the first sign of getting close to the whites? Pretty sure that there's lots of bars like this there, right? These are the first ones I've come to. Wow, these views today, just so incredible. It's been pretty challenging actually, lots of ups and downs, just like following like lots of rocks, but definitely enjoying it. The miles are definitely going slower though. They opened.
We're gonna be the most people in the world.
How much ice cream am I gonna eat on this trail? Probably a lot. Okay, so is this a crow or a raven? What do you guys think? Whew, these woods look beautiful. Wow. Cool, and looks like we're going up those stairs.
They do nest in trees.
Yeah. Okay, so it's been a little bit of an odd day. Definitely really nice. I felt so energized this morning, but the rocky climbs have definitely, well, I don't even know what it is. There's been like a ton of rocky climbs. We stopped at the creamery for ice cream, and that was awesome. And it just has kind of been like hard to get the miles in today. So we had only gone like a little over 15 by 5 p.m. And then we were kind of realizing like, oh, we're probably not going to make it all the way to the shelter, which was probably around 26 total for the day. So let's like look for places to camp early. But then there were no little camping icons early. There's quite a few like major roads going through this area. And then usually, like, if there's not a camping symbol, there'll be like comments under like the water or the high point, like on the little markers on the Far Out app. There's usually comments that are like, great stealth spot, like right here, you know, point 2 on the right or whatever. And just, it's usually easy to know, like, okay, someone else commented, there's most likely a spot. And the terrain today has felt, but like there weren't any of those comments, like not that I found at least, because we didn't want to be too close to the road, so that kind of meant like, or like this like major interstate, so that kind of meant we were going to go like only around 5 more miles. So anyways, couldn't really find a camping spot, and I was kind of feeling like, oh well, the terrain today hasn't been that conducive to finding a spot, because it's been so rocky and kind of like oddly dense, and so I felt like, well, maybe I'll look for a hostel and see if they'll come shuttle. There's not a hostel near, like in like close to any of the road crossings coming up, but we did pass Greenwood Lake earlier today, and there's some hostels. There's a hostel and a motel in there. And so I was like, well, maybe they'll shuttle. Maybe we're not too far from those places, from Greenwood Lake. And it turns out the road crossing coming up is pretty close enough for them to shuttle for free. So we're getting picked up by a little motel in Greenwood Lake. I forgot the name. I'll tell you maybe tonight or tomorrow. And getting shuttled back south to stay at that motel, and then we'll get shuttled back in the morning to where we got off, which is like East Mombasa Road. So when I get there, I'll show you a little screenshot of that. But yeah, it's only gonna be a total of like an 18-mile day. So yeah, I kind of had like quite a few shorter days in this stretch, and honestly I've been like kind of enjoying it. Like it just feels like I'm more relaxed and more content. I mean, today is pretty short, so like for me, like that's like, yeah, it does feel like, okay, the short days are kind of stacking up, and so hopefully I get in some really long days soon, you know, like maybe some more 25s, another 30 here and there. But just trying to be relaxed about it, because I still haven't taken a 0 since I was with the professor. So I feel good about that, because I mean, not that 0s are bad, but just that like I'm keeping pace, and being able to upload the videos somehow without having a full-on 0. So I'm gonna work on that tonight, like on editing and uploading, of course. And then also it's supposed to storm tonight, so that was the other thing. It was like, I can't just, it made it like the idea of choosing a random campsite a little bit harder, because it's so rocky. So it'd be nice to cowboy camp like anywhere on these rocks, but it's not so good for setting up a tarp when I'm not really that skilled at setting up my tarp on the rocks, like without being able to use my stakes. I can do it with my Z-Pack tents, like my freestanding tents. I have set them up with just using rocks, but it's been a long time and I haven't done that for a tarp. And yeah, it just was just another thing. That's another excuse, full of excuses. All the reasons I need to go stay indoors. No, but in all seriousness, that's how it happened. And I'm really thankful that there's an option for tonight, because I do need a shower. And I'm planning on staying in Fort Montgomery tomorrow night, but that was before I knew I was gonna stay here tonight. So I don't really know. I might try to get in more miles tomorrow, or maybe just get ahead on the videos. We'll see. I mean, we're still like, I don't know, at least like probably like 25 miles from Fort Montgomery. I'm not exactly sure, but somewhere around there, I think. Yeah, so that's the update for this evening. Okay, the trail just went up this rock wall, and I'm almost done with it, but just straight up, crazy cliffside. I think it came way down there, right there. Still going up. Okay, so Coyote and I got picked up by Jim and shuttled back to a little motel in Green Lake Village. And that was pretty much it for the night. I did a whole bunch of editing and uploading, and we hiked a total of like almost 19 miles. So thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.